What's going on, and welcome back. Today I want to recommend some movies for you guys to watch during the month of October. What do these movies all have in common besides being horror movies? They were all shot in the 80s, back when horror movies really mattered. Honestly, that's when horror movies were really scary. Nowadays, they'll pump horror movies out every other weekend, and they're shit. They're all shit. They're not even scary these days. They consist of jump scares, CGI effects. Back then, they used to do movies with actual actors wearing makeup, practical effects with like props and stuff like that. So yeah, movies these days, they just suck shit. For example, let's take the Nightmare on Elm Street, the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Hey, Nancy. No running in the hallway.
Back in whatever year it came out of, that was a really scary movie. Back when I first saw it. There's never going to be another Freddy Krueger. Robert Englund's going to be Freddy Krueger. There's not going to be another Nancy. Heather Langenkamp's going to be Nancy. I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and it sucked. I fell asleep twice, hoping to have nightmares that Freddy Krueger was actually after me, and he was actually going to get me, because that would have been a lot more scarier than the shit I was watching. Now, there are some horror movies that are out now that just came out not that long ago, a few years ago or whatever. Like, say, Insidious. That was pretty scary. The first Paranormal Activity movie. That was pretty scary. I know, because I've been there. But enough about that. Let's take a look at some of these movies I'm going to recommend for you guys to watch. Back in 1981, there was a movie that came out called Hell Night, starring Linda Blair. What this movie is about is a group of fraternity and sorority pledges have to spend the night in this mansion called Garth Manor. According to legend, in this movie, Raymond Garth murdered his entire family, except for one of his children, who managed to escape and hide his entire life in this manor. Now, of course, it's Halloween night. These pledges go to the manor to go stay overnight so they can get into the sorority or whatever. And little do they know, this young family member that survived that murder is stalking them and killing them one by one. But like I said, this movie came out in 1981. I saw this movie when I was younger. It was, at the time, scary. I don't know about now, but if you get a chance, you can rent it off of YouTube, and I think you can rent it off of Amazon Prime for like $3 if you want to. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really good. I like it because of the atmosphere of the movie. It gives you that spooky feeling of being in a big mansion with a deformed killer on the loose. Check it out. I recommend it. I love it. I have the DVD, so I'm gonna go back and rewatch it probably this afternoon. But give this movie a chance if you want to spend the $3. And if you don't like it, if you do spend the $3 and you don't like it, send me your money and I'll send it right back to you. The next movie I'm gonna recommend you guys watching is a movie called Demons. This movie came out in 1985. This is a film by Italian horror mastermind Dario Argentino. What this movie is about is these two girls are given a couple of free movie tickets to watch this horror movie at the theater. What they don't know is the movie they're watching is transforming the people into demons. So they're trying to fight their way out of this movie theater and survive this massive demon attack. But little do they know that once they get out into the city's already infested by demons. This is probably, out of all the movies I'm fixing to talk about, this is probably like one of the more scarier movies. If you do watch this, I recommend you put your kids to bed. Watch this movie at night, though. Watch this movie at night and put your kids to bed before you watch this movie, because if they watch it, it's gonna give them fucking nightmares. The next movie I want to talk about is a movie that when I first saw this thing, I was like, what the hell am I watching? This is nuts. The movie I'm talking about is called Spookies. Came out in 1986. Is it 80? Yeah, in 86. Again, it's Halloween night. This group of teenagers decide to go party in this big mansion. Little do they know that living underneath this mansion is a warlock who's trying to bring his bride back from the dead. So they're partying, and all of a sudden they get attacked by, well, one of the girls in the movie. They start playing the Ouija board. She gets possessed, and she starts attacking the group of kids. And then so they scatter out throughout the house, throughout this mansion. They start getting attacked by creatures, by zombies, by witches, by the freaking Grim Reaper, mud monsters. This movie has everything. Every monster you can think of. Well, I don't want to say every monster. Well, yeah, kind of, because it's got like a wolf kind of man in there. But this is a crazy movie. It's got. What does this movie remind me of? You know what it reminds me of? Castlevania. That's what this movie reminds me of, Castlevania, because they throw every monster at you. But actually, Spookies was supposed to be. Is actually two movies put into one. A group of filmmakers started filming this film called, I think it was called Twister of Souls. They lost their financial support from the studio that was helping to make this movie, so they gave their footage, which I believe, to another group of filmmakers, which was shooting another movie, and they put the two movies together and they came up with this brilliant idea. This is an awesome movie. Check it out. It's kind of scary. It has its really scary moments, but at the same time it has its funny moments. So yeah, Spookies, go check it out. The last movie I'm going to recommend you guys watching is called Night of the Demons, which came out in 1986. A group of teenagers decide to get together and go party in an abandoned mortuary / crematorium. While they're there, they conjure up demons which possess and take over their bodies. They start hunting each other down and killing each other. This movie is really scary, so if you watch this one, watch it at night. I guarantee you it'll give you a fright. I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but there was a remake. Oh no, wait, before I talk about that, there is a Demons 2 and Night of the Demons 2, Night of the Demons 3. I haven't seen those movies yet. I'm scared to watch them, not because the movies are scary, but because I'm afraid that they're going to screw them up and it's going to ruin the original, because you know how that happens sometimes. But they did do a remake back in 2010 called Night of the Demons, starring Edward Furlong. Basically what they did was they got a bunch of teenagers, threw them into this movie, and it became like a teen scream type of movie that sucked. I wouldn't watch it. Don't watch it. I mean, if you want to watch it, go ahead, but watch the original first and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so before I get out of here, I got some good news for you guys. Night of the Demons, Demons and Spookies are all free to watch right here on YouTube. I'm going to be leaving links down in the description below where you're going to watch these movies for free. So there's no excuse not to watch them. The only movie that is not for free is Hell Night. I think it costs like $2.99 to rent here on YouTube, and you can rent it on Amazon Prime for what the hell? No, I'm just kidding. My light turned off. That was pretty cool though, right? Hell Night, you can rent it on Amazon Prime for $2.99, I believe, or maybe $3.99, and on YouTube for $2.99. Hell Night, I don't know. I wanted to add that movie on here just because it gave me nostalgia. That was a movie that I used to watch when I was younger, that used to scare me back when I was a kid. Nowadays, the only thing that scares kids is you take away their Xbox or their Wi-Fi. That's the only thing that scares kids these days. But if you want to rent it, check it out. The other movies are for free. Like I said, I'm going to leave links down in the description below so you guys can check them out. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.